Hey guys, this is Rin with Rindar Gaming, and it's time for an update on Operation Longboi. So if you missed the episode last week, we talked about what we did to get started making gold, started filling up our auctions, trying to get as much exposure as possible. I think we started the week at like 756 and wound up at like 859, so we had a decent week. But today we're going to go over what we did to kind of continue to move that gold number forward, where we're at currently, and what our plans are for the future. So, I am an analytics junkie, guys, and looking through my the YouTube analytics, I found that only 2% of our watch time is coming from subscribers. So if you're enjoying that content, guys, make sure to hit that sub button. It does help out a lot, and we do appreciate it here. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright guys, so we did start off at 859k. Now one of the first things we did was a Stonehide leather farm. We found an add-on called Worth It, which if you don't have it already, totally worth it. What this add-on does, you pull it up and it gives you an idea what your best gold farms are going to be based on current market values. You do need TSM to kind of help it along, but you know, you're like, okay, I want to go farm leather, and you just go to the little leather section and it'll pull up a list of what your best gold per hour farms are going to be. So for me, it was Stonehide leather. I was like, cool, I got some Netflix I can watch, let me head out there. So I went out and farmed up about 2,000 Stonehide leather, something like that, and they were selling at 26 gold a piece. So this worked out to be a little over 5k or 50k in leather. 5k, no, 50k in leather, and within a few days we had sold about 34,000 gold worth of Stonehide leather off. So that farm proved to be very, very valuable. Now we do still have about 700 left. We're gonna need to go out there at some point and kind of refill that, but I think this is going to continue to be a farm that is definitely advantageous. It doesn't take very long to farm up a lot, and it's one of those, you know, spend an hour, you got enough for about 2 weeks, and then you just kind of keep that topped off as you need to. So we also had the great potion debacle of 2020 this week, which was a load of fun. Zenithid dropped all the way down to like 30 gold, 28 gold, something like that. It dropped, you know, before we were always, if it's under 40, we're buying it, we're making potions, we're doing great. It plummeted. So I went in there and bought up a bunch. It took me 4 days to get a potion of prosperity proc. In that time, Zenithid dropped 8 gold apiece. With it, the potion market also just completely crashed. When I started, potions of Unbridled Fury, which is my primary gold source for alchemy, were at 131 each. Within 9 days, they have dropped to 83 gold. Like, I have no idea where this came from. I have no idea why. I know that we're getting like late into the raid tier, but I guess people just aren't potting anymore. Usually when people on farm, they want to get those sweet purple parses or orange parses, and they're using these potions, but for some reason, the price has just absolutely plummeted. So we're officially done with potions of Unbridled Fury. I cannot understand how this market is so volatile and why it is now costing me money to craft. Before, the margins were so tight that without that that prosperity proc, you really weren't making any gold. But now, even with it, like, it doesn't matter. The prices are dropping every day and you're just not making anything. So that one's over. So the next thing we got into was some battle pet farms. Now, battle pets take quite a while to sell. So they're not something you're just going to go out there and you're going to farm for, you know, 25 or 30 hours and then you're just going to sell 1 million battle pets and you're going to go by. No, not at all. It's one of those, every once in a great while, you're going to go out there for an hour. You're going to farm up like 10 of these pets, and then you're going to sit on them for 2 or 3 months and you're going to sell them off very slowly. But that's fine, right? We have that kind of time. We're playing the long game here. We got about 6 months at least. So I started off going out and doing some filthling farms. Now, we spent about 30 minutes out there and I got about a dozen filthlings. They're worth about 1.3 to 1.5k each, so not a ton of gold, but it is going to be nice, consistent gold over the course of the next few months. The crazy thing was I actually got over 1,000 raw gold from out there doing that farm, just from grays I was picking up. There was a couple of greens that I picked up that just weren't worth auctioning, so I vendored them. And we made about a K in just raw gold in 30 minutes. So that was actually really, really good too. The next thing we did was we went out and did a crimson whelp farm. Now this farm is kind of rough. It takes a little bit of time. The drop rates are real good. You know, some people are out there and like, oh dude, I got like 2 and 30 minutes. It was great. And then I personally been out there for 4 to 6 hours without getting a drop, and it sucks. Luckily we were out there for about 30 or 40 minutes. We managed to get one to drop. These are selling for about 14K, which is really, really good. We're still sitting on it, still, you know, up on the auction, but that's going to be good gold when it sells, right? Where we want to hit that 5 or 10K an hour mark, and that one definitely put us well within that range. The next thing we did, we jumped into Persephone's stream and did some dark whelpling farms with her. So we're really, really lucky with that. She had a really good crew out there, and we were able to kind of sit there and just, you know, tab target, kill mobs for an hour, and we managed to pick up 10 dark whelplings during that time. So we actually were well above the drop rate for that. We got really lucky. We got a little bit of transmog we were out there too, which was really, really cool. But those dark whelplings, so if they're not learned and caged, they're on the market for 143,000 gold. You heard that right, 143,000 gold. I highly doubt they're going to sell for that much, however. If you actually learn them and then recage them, they sell for just under 5K each, which is what we're going to go ahead and assume. So for that one, we spent about an hour, not about an hour, it was about 47 minutes. I think we were out there total. We got 10 dark whelplings. We're going to count on it being about 4.5K, so about 45K in less than an hour. Really good farm. Again, it's going to take a few months to sell these off, but that's going to put us well on track. So besides that, we did some more transmog farming. We need to kind of keep refilling that auction list. We did some Zul'Farrak. We did some more Oldman. We did a couple other farms. Nothing really significant. No really big ticket items. A lot of that like 1 to 5K mog, which actually sells fairly well. I think that's going to be kind of our bread and butter as far as our transmog sales go. And this is where things started to get a little bit interesting, because I was spending a lot of time looking over, you know, how many auctions am I moving? Because I was moving 10, 12, 15 auctions a day, and I was feeling really, really good about it, but most of my auctions were in the 40, 50, 60 gold range. You know, some transmog pieces selling for as little as 10 gold, and that's when I realized that I had some TSM issues. So I was using TSM to list up all of my auctions, and I went in there and we adjusted things to make sure that they were working on our actual server level and not actually operating off like DB region. And we also changed our minimums, right? Because we don't really want to mess around with any of those auctions under that like 100 gold mark. So I went through and tore everything off of the auction house that I had that was under like 400, 500 gold. And we just kind of scrapped all those auctions. I didn't vendor the stuff. It's all in a guild bank. I had a few tabs open, so I just kind of chucked it in there for now, just in case like the value of the item changes or we change our mind and we want to get back into kind of selling that low level stuff. We can do that. This dropped our total auction count from 350 auctions down to about 225. Now 225 is still pretty good from where we started. We started off with like 70 auctions, I think, when we started this little challenge. But 225 is not going to get it done. We really need to get back over that 1,000 mark. So we're going to be kind of investing a lot of time here coming up into a lot more transmog farms. I want to do a lot more raw mat farms. Like the Stonehide leather was really, really surprising how good it was. I really want to find those really easy mats where we can kind of get those quick flips and get that easy gold in, right? Because we want to be averaging about 200K a week, and we're going to need to have some stuff really moving on that auction house to do it. It's a lot of farm time, but you know, we're trying to do something here. We're trying to make 5 million gold. It's going to take some time in. So where are we at now? Right now, we just broke the 1 million mark. I think we're 8K over 1 million gold. So, you know, we're 20% of the way there. We're making gold. The other thing that we did though, we now have over 1 million gold in auctions. So originally our auction value was like 300 or 400K. And I think last week when we were looking, we were talking about it, it was over 700K. We're now over 1 million gold on hand, and we're over 1 million gold in auctions, which is great. That means we've got more exposure out there. We got a better chance of actually getting some of those really good sales and continuing to make some of that money. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this week, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that content. If you did, again, hit that sub button. It does help out a ton. We're going to continue to publish these probably every other week for the next few months, kind of keep you updated on where we're at, what we're doing, how we're doing it. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments section below. If you have any ideas for gold farms, dungeons you like to run that really produce for you, hopefully you're not on Zul'jin. You don't want competition, right? That would just be silly. Throw those down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're doing, and what I need to be doing to try and get this sweet Longboi. But until next time, later, y'all.